Hello and welcome to A Nocturnal Pagan. Today I am going to be talking about meditation, how I practice it, and how I have tied it to the witch's pyramid. So, to start off, how I practice it. The first thing I do is I wait for mental quiet hours, which is normally in between 10 p.m. and 6:30 a.m. Obviously, midnight to 1 o'clock is a little bit better than any other time. The mental quiet hours are when pretty much everybody's asleep other than you, or as many people as possible are asleep or not around, just so that you can tune in to your own energies without any interference from other people, I guess would be the best way. It also works incredibly well with the silence of that time. There's not a lot going around. You're not gonna hear cars driving by. You're not gonna hear kids walking home from school. There's less distractions. It really helps you just tune into your meditations. Now, however, if you live on a farm away from everything, you might not need the mental quiet hours. And to be fair, a lot of people don't need the mental quiet hours. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't need them either. But I find that they help and I enjoy meditating at that time more than randomly throughout the day. I can get into the mindset quicker. I can focus in on what I need to do. And it's just a more relaxing experience for me. That being said, do what works for you best. This is just a journal of how I practice. And if you gain something from this, I am ecstatic that I could pass something on that helps you. So, once I have the mental quiet hours, I go. I actually sit on my bed in the same spot, cross legged. Maybe have an incense burning. It kind of depends on how trusting of the fire alarm I'm feeling that night, so I don't meditate with incense often, but there are some nights that it just feels right. And then after that, it kind of just depends on what my goal is for the night. Sometimes I'm just using it to reconnect with my own personal energies. Sometimes it's to reach out and connect with the energies around me. Other times it's I feel like my chakras are out of whack and I need to focus on that. Other times I'm having internal turmoils or struggles that I just need to work them out, and meditation helps. It all depends on what I am needing on a day to day basis, and I think personally that is the best way to use meditation. I don't think having like a written plan, like, well, Monday we're going to meditate this way, and then Tuesday we're going to meditate this way, I I don't personally foresee that being helpful, because what if you're meditating on something that you don't need? Like, focus on what you need for when you meditate. You should be doing meditations, in my opinion, once a day, minimum. And they don't have to be long, they don't have to be uh, terribly complex. You don't have to be diving into complex things every time you meditate. Sometimes you can just meditate to meditate. I've had times that I've been like, you know what? I don't really want to work on anything. I just want to feel the energies in a more sincere way. That's all I want for this night. And then I just meditate. Another thing I've heard from other people in my group was, well, I fall asleep when I meditate. Okay, that's fantastic. You're halfway there. You when you meditate, you're supposed to be mentally calm. You're supposed to be in, like, for lack of a better word, this zen-like state while you're working on whatever you're working on. So if you are calm enough that you can fall asleep, that's half the battle won. The only other thing you gotta work on is staying awake. And there are, I don't know, I don't have a problem with it because if you haven't guessed by a nocturnal pagan, I am a very nocturnal person. I do a lot of my practices at night, I work at night, I function best at night. So me falling asleep during these times in the beginning was a problem, but now it's almost like an energy boost to meditate. Now, it just kind of depends on how much you do it. Now, it can lead to some problems with falling asleep. I'm not going to be completely dishonest with people that there's no problem with it. A few people do have the problem that meditation becomes a requirement to sleep after falling asleep meditating enough times. So it is a worry, but I mean, the silver lining, if that does happen, is you are now in a state where, well, guess what? You have to meditate every day. You are held to that standard if you want to sleep, which is a good way to start a habit. There's a way better way to start habits, but if your body's making you do it to get sleep, is it really that bad? I mean, you're getting the meditating in, and let's say you only get 5 minutes of meditating. That's better than none. You got some meditation in. And to me, that's room to celebrate. Meditation helps a lot, and I personally love it, so I encourage people to try my method at least once. I know it's not the most ideal, simply because a lot of people aren't nocturnal like me. They get up early in the morning, they get stuff done. They are they're the other half of my coin. While they get stuff done and keep their life functioning during the day, I keep my life functioning during the night. Both types of people are required for the world to function, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, we've kind of gone over everything that I use meditation for and how I implement it into my nocturnal practice. I also wanted to talk about the importance of meditation and how it connects to the witch's pyramid. And in reality, it can connect with almost every part of the witch's pyramid. Let's start with the easiest one, the east wall, which is tied to imagination and air. When you can feel these energies and you have meditated enough that you can feel them at all times, or maybe you are a gifted individual and you can, from day one, you could feel energy at all times. You could see it, you could feel it, you could touch it, whatever. however you interact with energy. Meditation can help with the imagination, which I hear a lot of non-pagans make fun of the imagination part of practice, because they're like, what, you have to make it up in your head to be able to do it? It's no, that's not what imagination is there for. When you are casting, when you are interacting with energy, if you can mentally picture what you're going to do with it, or how you're going to interact with it, or what it's going to do, X or Y, it is so much easier to actually do if you have the end product in mind. That's where imagination comes in. If you cannot see the end product when you are going to go do your stuff, whatever you're doing, it becomes way harder. So seeing that end product helps immensely. Furthermore, your will, which is the south wall and is with fire, your will, you are working on your own energy. You should have a few nights that you are working with your internal turmoil, the struggles you're dealing with. Meditation can help you overcome those. And while you're overcoming those and becoming a better person, your will becomes stronger. And it's incredibly helpful. And then you get to the west wall with it, which is silence and water. When you're meditating, you are silent, and this doesn't have to mean, oh, I did something, I can't say a word. No, it's, don't talk about it too much. Whatever you're doing is in the process of working, and if you're verbalizing like doubts, it's gonna be influenced by that, and then it's gonna change what it was originally doing, and you're not gonna get your outcome. That's what silence means. Also, you shouldn't be like gloating about things you've done in the past, of course. Like, you shouldn't be like, yeah, I sent water down to Africa or whatever. Like, no. Shut up. Just, if you did something good, that should be good enough for you. If somebody, if it comes up casually in a conversation what you last did, and you feel comfortable talking about it, do it. But don't go out of your way to like gloat and have a big head about everything you're doing. Magic works better when you just let it do its thing without putting these negative emotions towards it. That's where silence comes in handy, and that's why it's most important. And then you have the north wall, which is earth and faith. Again, faith is another one that I've heard a lot of non-pagans make fun of. That we have faith in magic, we have faith in this, we have faith in that, and it's like, y'all have faith in stuff too. Faith is an incredibly powerful force. And this one kind of ties in with the imagination as well. If you can feel and interact with these energies, it is so much easier to have faith in it than if you felt nothing. It's incredibly, I don't know. I've said incredibly enough, but meditation helps with faith as well because you're interacting with these things. You're getting a closer bond with these things. You know they're there. And at that point, faith becomes easy. When you know it's there, you know what it can do, faith is easy. And meditation can make that easy. For others, it's hard. And for others, like everything I've said, completely out of their reach at this current moment. They're struggling with it, whatever. Meditate. And it's hard work. And you gotta be consistent with it. But give it a shot. Personally, I feel meditation also combines with the knowledge required in the witch's pyramid. Because you have better knowledge of yourself, you have better knowledge of the energies around you, you have better knowledge of your own personal energy. Like, these are incredibly powerful tools. Spirit, I, you're working with your own spirit, you're connecting with the spirits around you, you're doing incredibly, it just helps. The only thing that, the thing it helps with the least is love in the witch's pyramid. Because if you are doing your shadow work, or if you don't like the term shadow work, if you are working with yourself and improving yourself through your meditations, you should be growing a love for yourself. And a love for things around you as you connect with them. Like, meditation can, if you're having struggles with any part of the witch's pyramid, meditate. It can literally help you connect to any part of it. With that, however, I think that's all I'm going to say about this. These are, of course, all of my just personal thoughts. And if you think I am wrong about anything or you disagree, let me know. And I will gladly have a friendly debate in the comments. But the moment it becomes hostile is the moment I'm done with your conversation. So, if you have thoughts or opinions, let me know. And hopefully I will see you next time.